So today we are here in Paris at Station F to interview Paul, co-founder of Jobseek, a company that helps business students find job opportunities here in Paris. So we are going to interview and meet Paul to understand the reality of being a young entrepreneur, just right after university. So let's meet him. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
I'm with the Purpose Journal. Can I make you some questions?
Yeah, I'm just starting my second shift. You can come with me.
Oh, it's 6 p.m. in Paris. Let's go.
Let's go.
So can I follow you just to see how it's a daily second shift, let's say,
Yeah, of
the
course.
life of an entrepreneur?
Of course, of course. Welcome to Station F. Here, the biggest hub of entrepreneurs in Europe, I think. And we're here for my second shift of the day.
Let's go. Asking you to introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Paul. I'm Lebanese. I'm 23 years old. And I graduated last year from IE University in Madrid. And from there, straight away with my co-founder Charles, that is also my age, that I also met in university, we decided to launch Jobseek.
Oh, and what made you not follow the safe path, let's say, that most graduates follow?
I would say that firstly, ever since I'm young, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always had ideas that I wanted to start and to do. So that's probably one of the main reasons. And then secondly, probably the fact that after university, you have a few options. You know, either you can go get a job, or you can go do a master's, or you can open a startup. And I felt like for me, it was the best moment to do that because it's the moment where you have the least to lose. You know, you have everything to gain. And for me, it just acts like some kind of master because I'm doing everything all the time, so I'm learning so much from it.
So what are you going to do right now?
So now we're going up to a meeting room and I'll take you up with me.
Okay, let's go. Meanwhile, what is the problem you are trying to solve with your company?
So with Jobseek, we really found, it started when we were students and really realized that job searching was just a horrible experience. I think you can all agree. If anyone here looked for an internship, apprenticeship, first job, you understand how complicated it is, from the fact that you don't know where to look, what you want to do necessarily, you're not very confident in your CV, how to put yourself forward, all of these things. And so we decided that it was up to us to create a solution, create the job searching platform for the new generation. And that's the challenge that we decided to take on.
Oh, that's really cool. Let's go to the meeting.
Let's go.
So at what point did you feel, okay, this might actually work?
So we've had the idea around a year and a half, 2 years ago, I would say, with Charles. It came from personal frustration with job searching. And then we went on and we kind of asked people close to us, friends, and we understood they had the same kind of frustration. But it was only in the moment that we actually started working on the application, we opened it to the public, started getting users, and what's very important is contacting each one of your users. Anytime you get a user, we go at them on LinkedIn personally, send them a message being like, oh, hello, welcome to Jobseek, thank you for coming here. What did you enjoy? What is the feedback, etc. We take all negative feedback, all of that. And we started getting great feedback like, oh my god, this changed all of my research, it's amazing, it's done exactly how I would have done it, all of these things. And we started seeing like traction on it. We didn't do so much marketing and still we're getting a lot of users just from people telling to each other, and that's when we started being like, okay, this has a chance.
Okay, cool. So I will let you be in your meeting and we can continue after.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now that we are in the meeting room, can you just show us quickly how it works, your website?
Yeah, of course, come over. So here we're on Jobseek, as you can see, app.jobseek.fr. And so here I'm already logged in. I already entered all of my details so that I'm a master student, I'm looking for an internship in Paris, in finance, investment banking, M&A, or private equity. And so basically what's special with Jobseek is that instead of being lost between the offers, we match the offers straight to you. So here we see the first offers that is best matched with me. It's an offer in Clipperton to be an M&A analyst in Paris exactly in September when I was looking to start. You know, so all of these follow exactly what I'm searching for. the percentage of match. Why did I match so well with this offer? Because it actually looks at your CV and matches you based on your CV with the offers that are best for you. Then here you have kind of a resume of the company, so you can really quickly understand what they're doing, what are the missions you're going to do, what profile they're looking for. A bit of an extended version here as well with the full job description if you want to. And then here you can just apply. But what's really special about Jobseek is this little blue button. So you have, by clicking this button, we have so here your CV that was put in. And then here with this button, it will take your CV, take all the information that we have on this internship and on Clipperton, the industry, all of these things that you need to know. And it's gonna, in like 30 or 40 seconds, generate a CV and motivation letter that is ready for that job exactly. And so you see here the CV that is completely ready. This is not exactly for this example, but it was just to show you quickly. And so now you have a CV and a motivation letter that is ready and personalized for each job. Then you have here your tracker. You can see all the jobs that you saved, the CV that was made, if you applied, if you got an
this is really cool.
If you got an interview, if you received the offer, you accepted it or said no to it. Sorry, everything is in French, but just so you know, there's the English option as well. You can have everything in English, no problem.
Spanish there.
We also have Spanish, and basically we help you from the generation of your CV, creating it from zero, but also personalizing it, tracking all of your offers, and we also have something that is coming very soon that is an autofill. So we know that when you're applying to a company, it takes a lot of time to share all of your information, to put your CV, all of these things, re-enter all of these details, and basically with the autofill in one click, it's gonna fill all of this for you and you can gain a lot of time actually.
Oh, this is really cool. So you're helping Parisian and other people in Paris, let's say, to apply for the jobs in business.
Exactly.
In reality. Hi again. How was your meeting?
Wait, give me a second, yes.
No, just you can be seated. To ask you some questions regarding your company, you started it last year with your co-founder. What was more difficult than you expected? Building the service or convincing people to trust it?
Wow. To be honest, everything is 100 times more difficult than you might imagine or that people told you. Building the product was very difficult because we had to learn, we came from business school, we had to learn the ways of coding, the ways of how to do everything in terms of building the platform, how to maintain it, the security inside of it, because we were holding important information, all that type of stuff. That was a big learning curve for us, but we're glad that we learned it. But I would say that between both, convincing people or just getting people to use the app correctly is already such a challenge. I mean, everyone is living their own life. They have 10,000 things, you know, you appear in front of them for 5-10 seconds, whatever it might be. And you need in that short amount of time to be able to have the smoothest experience possible while showing the most features possible, not overcrowd anything. So there's so many little details that come into it that it's a whole psychology of who are you targeting, when are you going to give them the information, in what way are you presenting that information. So yeah, that's definitely a very big challenge.
Okay, so we would say the most difficult was convincing the people.
Probably.
What's the part of being a young entrepreneur that nobody really talks about?
I mean, there's pros and cons, obviously. Mm-hmm. The pro is that sometimes people want to help. So first of all, people want to help you sometimes, just from the fact that they see themselves in you, they see that you're young, you have ambition, you're courageous, so they really want to kind of help push you up a bit. Also, you have the advantage that you have a lot of time in front of you. So here I'm 23. If the company fails in a year or two, I'm still 24, 25 years old. I still have the time to do so many other things with my life. I don't have a wife or kids or all of that to take care of. So, you know, I'm calm in that sense. But a downside, I would say, is that sometimes it's a bit hard to be taken seriously or as seriously as you want. So some people will push you up a bit, but then once you got to a spot where they feel like that guy's too young to be here, you get pushed down a bit, you get taken a bit less seriously, and so yeah, that's maybe one of the downsides.
What sacrifices you had to make that people don't see from the outside?
There's a lot of sacrifices that you have to make. Um, you know, one of the reasons also that I launched my startup, I was an entrepreneur, was the fact that I was seeing another way that a lot of people were taking was that finance or consulting path that they take. They go to do M&A or they do strategy consulting and PwC, whatever. And what everyone says is, oh my God, you're going to go there, but you'll have no life at all. You'll be working until 8 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever. And so I was like, no, if I'm my own entrepreneur, I'll have my own hours. I'll be able to chill, all of that. And it turns out that it's even worse than those finance or consulting job. Whether it's because you're really motivated to work or just because you need to, because you're your own boss and no one will do the work for you. You have very long days. You have to sacrifice seeing some friends. You have to sacrifice trips. You have to sacrifice a lot of stuff just to be able to work on your startup. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do the work, no one will do it for you.
Exactly. How much coffee do you drink or you don't?
Actually, I personally don't drink coffee. I personally am not a coffee drinker. I know it's a bit surprising,
Okay.
but I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Oh, okay. I am. Can we go for a coffee, or do you have places to drink coffee here?
Yeah, of course. Of course, we have little machines that we can go get a little coffee, whatever you need.
Okay, great. So before that, I have some more questions for you. One of them is, what did you underestimate the most when you started?
I think it links back a bit to what I said before. It's the amount of work that comes into it. It's how much of everything you need to do constantly. It's hard for you to kind of let go and be able to just chill because when you're at work, for example, when you have a stable job, if there's a day where you're a bit lazy or you're a bit tired or whatever might happen, you can go on your phone a bit, you can work from home, not really work, and you're fine because you're going to still hit your salary at the end of the month. So you don't lose anything. If anything, you gain from really, not spending energy. But for me, if at any point I become lazy or decide not to work or all of that, the only one that pays is me. I'm the one at the end of the day that pays for that laziness or that amount of not work that I do. So it's really important to be very consistent, to work a lot. So that's something I really underestimated.
What's one thing about entrepreneurship that it's overrated?
That is overrated.
There's lots of things.
No, because it's a bit of a double-edged sword. It's again, it's the liberty that you have, So it's so amazing because I can, if I want, I can go have a break on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. if I want, because I'm my own boss and I have that liberty, But at the same time, that same liberty is very overrated. As I said in my previous answers, that you're your own boss. There's no one to push you when you're down. You really have to push yourself all the time. You arrive at work, you don't have, your boss that tells you, oh, I want this done by Monday. You have to come, you're in front of your laptop, and you're like, what do I do today? Like, what am I gonna focus on today? What's more important? Maybe that's more important, no that. And so you're really, being your own boss comes with a lot of pressure, because you're the boss and the employee at the same time.
And I have some questions for you regarding Station F. So, how was the process to enter here? Was it difficult?
So, what's important to know about Station F is that it's a campus of startups. Inside the campus, you have more than 30 programs, I believe. Each program, that is, some programs are done by schools like HEC, Lyon, EDEC, stuff like that, big French universities. And some are by brands, so Total, Energies, LVMH, so Louis Vuitton, stuff like that. And each incubator program hosts startups that make sense with their company. So for example, Total, that is an energy petrol company, looks to incubate startups that do something in the energy kind of space, So depending on where you're trying to enter, you have different levels of difficulty, I would say. What's important is to come with a project that is thought out, with some kind of presentation, a bit of a business plan, and especially that you say that you're full time on your project. I mean, I don't think that they want to waste space or time on people that are working only 2 hours a day on their project. It's really, if you're a full time entrepreneur on your project, that's when you really have a chance to get in.
And what is the best thing about joining here and the program of Station F?
So as you can see, first of all, it's a beautiful space. Second of all, it gives you a space to just come into work. You know, when you're doing a startup, usually if I didn't have this place, where would I be? Maybe I'll be in my room every day, waking up, staying inside the house, working on my laptop. It would be very depressing, I think. So it's really nice to come over here, be surrounded by so many people that are working, having the same struggles as you. Also allows you to therefore meet people, talk about your problems, share solutions with each other. So that's great. And lastly, there's something that's, two other things. One is the perks. So they have a lot of partnerships with a lot of places. So more recently, they made a partnership with OpenAI, and that allowed us to get $2,500 of OpenAI credits for free for all the startups that are inside Station F in order to use the API as much as possible. So that saves a lot of costs for us. And there's very similar perks with all kind of softwares you might need when you're building your startup, so from sales to legal to a lot of stuff. You're giving a big heads up. And lastly, I wanted to say was a bit the notoriety. So since it's a bit selective to get into Station F, once you go towards investors or towards companies and you say that you're incubated in Station F, it's a bit of a boost in terms of you're already validated by someone, which is Station F, So it's a bit of a boost in notoriety, I would say.
Oh, that's nice. And people think entrepreneurs have a lot of freedom. Do you actually feel free right now?
I mean, you do have freedom. At the end of the day, any kind of not freedom that you have is your own perception of how much you should work, how much work is needed. So you do have the freedom. If you're someone that feels like you want to work from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., 10 a.m., you can do whatever you want. You can sleep all day and work all night. You can do whatever you want. So you can use that freedom if you want to just work all night. You can decide to start at 3 a.m. and at 10 a.m. if you want to. So you really do have that kind of freedom. But also at the end of the day, that freedom is attached to something, so you need to have balance in your life always. You need to be able to balance your free time with your work, with that freedom. So yeah.
Good. And I have one hard question.
Okay.
That is, how do you make your decisions? Let's say that you have a really difficult problem right now. How it's your process?
I mean, personally, I'm a very logical person, I would say. So that means that when I have a problem in front of me, first of all, I try to understand clearly the problem. What is the root cause of that problem? What do I need to do? Then I try to explore all the possibilities around me. I try to see, okay, this is one path to go, this is another path to go, this is a third path to go. It's important also to, if possible, if you have people around you that are knowledgeable, don't be shy, don't be scared to ask for an opinion. Doesn't mean you should do what the person says, but it gives you another opinion to have. So when I have a decision that I have to make, I like to understand clearly what is the root cause of this, what is my goal with this, where am I trying to get, what is the best way to get to that solution, and finally, there's the hard part of having to take the decision. A lot of people are scared to not take the most optimized decision. Maybe it's not perfect, maybe not this, but this. It's better to take an 80% correct decision right now than to take the 100% decision in 5 months. Also, nothing will ever be 100%, So do the best with the information you have today. Make sure you have no regrets and be courageous. Just go for it.
That's a really nice advice, even for myself. And what's the hardest thing mentally about building a company after university?
After university, definitely, it's the fact that you're seeing your friends around you that start making their first salaries, that start being able to go out with those salaries, use that kind of money. Also, they finish work maybe earlier than you, stuff like that, and you're just stuck there, not really making enough revenue yet to be able to live the life that you want to live. You don't really have enough free time, so being this young and having to work so much for no money is something that you'll have to like figure out. There's a lot of ways to combat that. You can raise a lot of money, pay yourself a salary, etc. But that would come with giving up equity. So yeah, that's one of the hard stuff. That coming out of university, you would love to start being financially independent, start making a good amount of money. But usually with a startup, that's something that comes in the later stages.
Okay, correct. And your company is quite young, right? How long are you working fully on your company?
So technically, we started in September of 2024. So it's been a year and 4 months. But around May or July of last year, we did a complete pivot in the idea that we did. We're still helping students, but in a much different way that we had it at first. So I would say that the current version that we're working on, we started it around July, coding it, and it came out in end of October, beginning of November of 2025. So it's now been around 6 months, 6 months that the application's out.
Okay, so it's very recent.
Yes.
Have you ever gone through a moment that things didn't work the way you planned?
I wish there was a moment things went the way I planned, actually. Things will always go the way you did not plan them to go. It's important to stay optimistic. It's important to still go on to the next challenge, take the lesson from it, what you're learning from it. Also, I don't know if it's because I'm so young or not, but I have that mentality that, I don't know anything yet, so any failure, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't take it personally. I'm like, okay, I'm young. What can I learn from this to be better? So that I arrive at 24 years old, 25 years old, and I'm a better version and I'm more ready for these challenges.
That's really, really nice advice. So far, what you think also makes a co-founder relationship work?
Co-founder relationships are complicated. I would say I'm very, very lucky because not only am I doing a startup where my co-founder is one of my best friends, closest friends, but as well, he's a very hard worker. We align in terms of how much we work, how we see the company, our vision, all that type of stuff. I really think that none of us are gonna pull a bad move on the other. We really have so much confidence in one another. But if I were to give advice in that sense, working with your friends can seem great, but also it gives you some type of comfort that maybe you're not so comfortable to tell the person because he's your best friend, like, bro, you're not working, like, go, come on, pick it up, wake up earlier, do this, do that, because sometimes you get too comfortable as friends, but it's very important to know that most of the time you're partners in a venture, and so as much as this is your future, it's his future as well. So if you decide that you don't want to work because you feel lazy and you're okay with this failing, make sure that he's okay with it as well, because you're holding both of your fates. So yeah, be always aware of who you're getting into the business with, and are they on the same page in terms of the effort the sacrifice that is gonna come. And that's what's also nice about being two more than one, is that you can pick each other's spirits back up. One is feeling down, you're like, come on, bro, like, I just did this, come see this, it's really cool, and just pick each other up, motivate each other. So that's always good.
And just to finish, one last question. If someone is listening to us and wants to start a startup, what would you warn them about?
Already one thing that I know for sure, if I decide to launch another startup after this one, whether it worked or failed, I'm not doing again already B2Cs are complicated, so when you have to get a lot of users, it's not companies. But B2B2Cs are even more complicated. What are B2B2Cs? They're platforms that put two people in connection. So, for example, us with the job searching platform, we have on one side the companies, on one side we have the people looking for the job, and in the middle also you have the schools, you know? And so it's very complicated because the users are the students, but the ones that are paying are the company. And so you have to convince the students to come on so that the companies are interested, but also you have to convince enough good companies for the students to want to come on the platform. So it's really the problem of the chicken or the egg. You need both sides to come up at the same time, and this is very complicated to do. So I know it's very tempting, especially when you're young, to want to do a startup where you make a dating app or you make that kind of app that everyone will know you for, everyone will use every day. But those are really the hardest. You're making life so hard on yourself, and I would recommend the easiest for you is to do a B2B. You make some kind of software, you go into a company, you see what they need, what they're willing to pay for, you build it and you sell it just B2B. You're not known, you make a lot of money because companies have a lot of budget, and just life is so much easier.
Okay, great. And what is your next step? What do you need now for your company?
So now that the app is launched, we are over 10,000 users on the app today, which is really great. We're trying to grow the biggest community of job searching young people, you know, whether it's an internship, apprenticeship, first job. If you're looking for any of these in Paris and you've done a business schools or looking somewhere in consulting, finance, sales, marketing, HR, operations, come to Jobseek, because really the app was made for you. You're gonna have a great experience on there, and the goal is to have the highest quality amount of students on there, to bring the highest quality companies to come and make the great matches happen.
Great, let's go for our coffee.
Let's go.
Thank you, Paul.